Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is the 24th tutorial in this course, and in this tutorial we'll be talking about two clauses, the top clause and the limit clause. And both these clauses are used for the same purpose, and the purpose is to limit the number of records that you get in your result set when you execute a query. And the top clause is a part of the ANSI standard for SQL, and the limit clause is the alternative for top in the MySQL environment. So there are some databases that do not allow you to use a top clause, and MySQL is one such database. And even in Oracle you've got row_num as the substitute for top, but you do not have the top clause in Oracle or MySQL. So let's check out how both these clauses work. So as I said, the top clause is used to fetch given number of records through a query from a table, and it makes sense to have such a thing because sometimes you would be working with tables that have quite a lot of data, like 1,000 rows or 5,000 rows, and if you would execute a normal simple select star query on that table, you would get 5,000 rows in your result set. And if suppose you just want to see 5 or 10 sample rows from that table, then you can use a top clause to limit the number of rows that you get. And at first I thought that I should show you an application of the top clause by finding an online SQL editor that allows me to use it, but then I thought that since limit is hardly at all different from top, I would show you an application of the limit clause in the MySQL environment. So the syntax of top is pretty simple. You've got the select keyword first, and then you type in top, and then the number of records that you want to see in your results set, followed by the column list, and then you type in the keyword from and the name of the table and the optional where condition. And the syntax of limit is in fact simpler. You've got your regular select query first, so select, column list, from, table name, optional where clause condition, and then you type in the keyword limit, that's LIMIT, and then the number of rows that you want to see in your result set, and you put a semicolon at the end and execute the query, and it would work perfectly. So let's check out an example of this in the MySQL environment. So I've got my workbench here, and we'll be working with the employee table in the test database, and I'll first execute a regular select star from query on the table to show you guys the data that's there in the table at present. So as you can see, there are a lot of rows in the table, and there are 17 in total. Now let's say I just want to see 5 rows and not all the rows in the table. So all I'll have to do is remove the semicolon at the end, type in the keyword limit, and then I'll type in 5 because I want to see 5 records. I'll put in a semicolon at the end of this, and when I execute this query, I see that only 5 rows are returned this time, right? And these 5 rows are the rows that appeared at the top in the previous query result as well, right? So we've just limited the number of rows that we get in the result set, and it's pretty simple. There's hardly anything in this to understand. So I hope you guys had fun watching this tutorial. I'll see you in the next one, in which we'll discuss something interesting, important for sure. Please subscribe to my channel in case you haven't already, and I'll see you soon.